Okay, I thought I would go live again. I went live a second ago. I was over in the sun and I just got really caught up in stuff, and since I don't have to post it after I go live, I thought I would have a do-over. And this background is definitely not as lovely. You see inside my house, you see our bicycle, you see the mini blinds that my son broke, but it's in the shade, and so, you know, I can't just keep fooling you guys into thinking I have some glamorous YouTuber house. Not that I don't know that you ever did think that. And anyways, we're gonna move on. I have decided, like I said in my last live video, that I am gonna do the Bible scriptures from the YouVersion Bible app, but the one thing that I'm realizing that comes along with that is I am not going to be able to have the daily scripture. I'm gonna be behind because I can't go ahead and I film ahead of time. So there's a little issue with that, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I really just I like this idea of the community with it. And then on days where I do live videos, I am able to give you the actual daily scripture. So on the YouVersion Bible app, you can find me, same name as my YouTube name, Jessy Walker, and request to be my friend, and we can see each other's notes and our Bible plans and all that fun stuff. So feel free to add me on there. And the scripture for today is Matthew 6:6, and it says, "But when you pray, go ahead." Sorry, my lips are really chapped and I'm so insecure about it. And now that I'm live, I can't edit out if I notice that like my lips look dry and crusty. So I need something from you guys. I need you to love me through this crusty lip period in my life, so that I can move past this. Insecurity just all on display with this live video. But okay, back to our scripture. Matthew 6:6, "But when you pray, go away by yourself, shut the door behind you." I love that it even adds that. "Shut the door behind you, pray to your Father in private, then your Father who sees everything will reward you." And in the previous live video, I even commented that I think that this scripture was initially talking to those who were trying to show off their relationship with God, their Christianity, and they were trying to do everything in public, just real showy. But when I read this, I like to be reminded that it is so important to pour into our relationship with God, that we can get so caught up in this whole one-sided me, you know, God is all about me and what I need to do and my personal growth and the prayers that I need answered, that we kind of forget to thank Him and worship Him and have this relationship with Him beyond just this religion. So I'm not gonna get too caught up in that like I did in the last video. One thing that I did want to talk to you guys about was I want to be able to use whatever I'm going through to encourage you. I think that a lot of times we feel like our problems are so personal and that they're just ours because we're so caught up in them that we forget that other people can learn from what we're going through. So one thing I'm going through right now is forgetting to focus on myself. And don't think that I'm talking about like some selfless, like, oh, I'm all about my family right now. No, like I have just, airplane, sorry guys. I'm just gonna talk through it though, okay? I get so focused on everybody else and I get sucked into their problems, and I think I'm kind of realizing that this is because I don't want to focus on myself. It's easier to think about everybody else and keep my positive state of mind, because you know, when I think about myself, it's so easy to let those negative thoughts come in. So I think I'm getting to this new level of this positive life mindset thing, where at first it was just constantly like changing my thoughts, and now my brain's like, oh, you know what, if we think about other people, we don't have to worry about negative thoughts. And I am having negative thoughts about other people, like not judgmental, but just worrying for them and stressing for them. And I have to remember to get back to myself. And then two, even like, I feel like I am doing a lot of books right now. It's so funny because when I started this out, I wanted to do Book Club Wednesday so that I would be encouraged to read more, because I wasn't spending enough time reading any materials, you know, and I think it's important to read stuff, and I think there is great information out there in books. So it was something that I wanted to do, so I started Book Club Wednesday, and so I had You Can, You Will. And then I joined this moms group at my church, and they have a book that they follow along with in their little classes. So I have that book. And then of course we have our Bible, and then I have my new book that's sitting in there, Girl Wash Your Face. And so I feel like I have all of these books, which I haven't even started reading Girl Wash Your Face. So I think this is just my brain like amplifying it and being dramatic. But when I'm reading, I was like, where am I going with this? When I'm reading all of these different books and all this information, I find myself trying to apply it to other people. Does anybody else do that? Like, I am so focused on everybody else that I'm trying to like better their lives and just kind of putting mine over in a box somewhere so I don't have to think about it. And so I'm having to be very intentional right now with like, how does this apply to me? Jessy, one of my favorite sayings is, and I can't remember where this came from, it was like a little YouTube video, and it was a little baby going, worry about yourself. And so I say that a lot. And so I'm having to like mentally be like, Jessy, worry about yourself. Like, stop worrying about everybody else. Stop trying to think about them. It's time to like take out your little box, open it up, see all of your junk that you've been collecting, and start going through it and cleaning it out. So I guess what I'm saying is right now I'm doing some personal spring cleaning, and it's not fun, but it's necessary. And honestly, God has so much grace. It hasn't, I say it's not fun, but it hasn't been painful. You know, we associate that kind of stuff with just, or I always do, with God just ripping things from me and being like, oh yeah, you need to stop doing this, and oh, this is a bad characteristic, and you know, just kind of refining us. But I feel like it's been a lot of personal growth, and two, I think a big part of this has been the positive mindset. So whenever I feel like, whenever I recognize something in me that needs to change, or a problem that I need to start working through and figuring out, you know, what the cause of it is, or if there's anything I can do to fix the problem or get through the problem. Live videos, where am I going with this? Oh my goodness, guys, you get to see my fishbowl brain in its full glory. But it hasn't been painful, I guess is what I was saying. I heard a noise and my brain just totally shot to a different direction. But all of these things haven't been painful for me, and God has just been giving me so much grace. It's been more of a personal growth and just learning. And oh, when you take out that negative voice with all of these things that you're going through, they don't hurt as much. There's not so much condemnation involved in it when you don't hear the negativity. So you actually can do I think this is, guys, this is a revelation for me. You can do personal growth positively. You don't have to be down on yourself. You don't have to, you know, go through this painful process. It may not all be easy, but it doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be condemning. And if you are like me and you just have been living negative for so long, that's really a profound idea, that you can love yourself and better yourself. For me, I feel like I associate self-love, or I've been really getting better with self-love, because when you're positive, you do love yourself. You're not constantly focusing on all of your negative characteristics. You're not constantly judging yourself. But what was I saying? Guys, oh, I am a mess today. And I've even had my coffee. But I guess when you're a negative person, you tend to feel like all of your negative qualities are no, there we go, I remember. It takes me a minute, but I will get there, and without the power of editing, you have to go along with me. But oh no, I lost it again. Guys, this is pathetic. So self-love, a lot of times I associate loving yourself with wasting time, that you're focusing on yourself, you're fluffing it up, you know, you're being caught up in yourself, you're being selfish, and there's nothing good that can come of it. But I am learning through this positivity that loving yourself builds yourself up, and that is a thought process I have never had before. So anyways, I feel like the more I talk, the more I'm getting distracted by this beautiful day and the little red wasp that's over here flying by my shoulder, and all the little birds chirping, and the garbage trucks and the mail trucks, and just all the goodness that happens out in, oh, in my hair, all the goodness that happens out on a beautiful day in the suburbs, the neighborhoods. I don't know what you call these communities. I feel like in Texas it's kind of, anyways, guys. Here I go again. I love you all, and I don't know if I said this already in this video. I don't know if I'm gonna do a review Friday, but I will have a video tomorrow, whether it is a live or it is recorded. It's review Friday. We will see. We will all be surprised, you and me included. Bye guys, have a wonderful Thursday. Thanks for joining in.